Hi guys, and welcome back to Slice of Mike. Today I'm doing a book haul, and it will very likely be my last one for a while, and there are several reasons for that. First of all, I have no money, and I should stop buying books because half the books that I own already have not been read by me ever. So that's a problem. Second, I got a Kindle. It's just the basic one, but it's my first e-reader ever. And I don't really know how I feel about ebooks yet, but I've been requesting a lot of ARCs on NetGalley, and obviously those are only ebooks, so I had to get it if I wanted to do that. Also, I still have to figure out how to use this, and I'm not looking forward to that because I hate technology so much, and I understand this is just a really basic thing to use, but it took me like a month to figure out how to use my Bluetooth speakers. So that tells you pretty much where I'm at. But enough about that, let's talk about the books that I bought recently. The first book that I got is The Lies of Lockemora by Scott Lynch. This is about a group of spies and thieves who are in some Venice-type city, and they have to steal something, or they want to take down somebody, some company. I don't really know, but it's a very trendy book on BookTube right now, and it sounds like there is magic and espionage and murder and all those good things. So I'm really looking forward to this, plus it's part of a series, so if I enjoy this one, I can read the other books as well. Another very BookTubey book right now is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is the same author as A Darker Shade of Magic, and that is a wonderful book, and if you'd like to learn more about it, I will leave a link to my review that I did on that book below. Vicious is about two guys in college who investigate near-death phenomenon, which leads to superpowers. However, one of the boys, I think, loses his girlfriend to a superpowered villain, so he kind of goes on this vendetta to destroy the super villains, but he ends up killing heroes too. I don't really know, but it sounds like there's kind of a gray area between hero and villain, and I think that is the key to writing a really good superhero story. So I'm so excited to read this, especially because I've been asking to read a good superhero book. I haven't read one in a while, and that's one of my favorite genres, so I really want to read this. Next, I got Company by Max Berry. This sounds like a pretty goofy book. It's about a guy who goes to work for a company, and he starts uncovering all sorts of weird discrepancies between accounting and different departments within this company. I think he's also searching for somebody who stole a donut. Like, there's a missing donut, and he has to find out who took it. Basically, he decides that this company is so messed up that he is going to try and take it down from the inside. So I believe that is the plot of this book. I don't know if it's supposed to be humorous. It's different than anything I've read before or attempted to read, and I've never read anything by Max Berry. I know he wrote Lexicon, which came out a few years ago, and I really wanted to read it, but I just never got around to it. So I'm hoping that if I enjoy this one, I will also be tempted to pick up Lexicon. The next book I picked up at a used bookstore, and I'm so surprised and thankful that I found it because I was really looking forward to getting this book, and that is Glow by Ned Bowman. This guy also wrote The Teleportation Accident, which I mentioned briefly in another video, and I will do a review for that book, I believe, next month or sometime in the future. This book is about a guy living in London who is involved in the underground drug trade, and there's this new drug called Glow that causes really weird side effects, and I think there's also kind of a magical realism type element to it. Like, there are super intelligent foxes, and there's this trio of Japanese girls that shows up and I think giggles or something, I don't really know. But I've read one of his other books, and he's a really talented author. This one, to be honest, has gotten mixed reviews, but I do have to say that this guy's prose is probably better than anything you will read in the near future. He just has such a gift with words, and he always picks out the exact correct word to use in a sentence, and even if I don't like this book, I'm sure I will enjoy it, if that makes sense, so I definitely want to pick this one up soon. The next book I got should be no surprise to anybody because I talk about this series pretty much in every single video I ever do, and that is The Boy Who Lost Fairyland by Catherine M. Valenti. So this is the fourth book in her Fairyland series, and it's kind of a departure from the previous three books because the main character in those books, September, is more of a background character in this book. She comes in later. I've actually already finished it, so I can talk about it pretty safely. The main character in this book is a boy named Hawthorne, who is a changeling. He was a troll in Fairyland, and then he's abducted by the Red Wind and brought to Detroit, I think, or Chicago, and he grows up as a human boy, and then he finds his way back to Fairyland eventually, and he realizes it's probably not as awesome as he thought it was. There's a lot of danger there, and then of course he meets September and some characters from the first three books. I have to say that the setup in the ending was pretty cool because it builds up the drama for the last book. This is going to be a quintet, and I think the last book is just going to be insane. The next book I bought I've actually already read, but I wanted to get it again in preparation for the second book in the series, which is coming out I don't know when, but sometime in the future, and that is Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde. So this is the only Jasper Fforde book I have ever read. I know he's written a lot of different series. He's written a mystery series based on famous works of fiction. He's written a nursery crimes series or something like that. This series is about a country called Chromatacia, set in a dystopian future where people are separated into social levels based on their ability to see different colors. So some people only see red and they are at the bottom of the totem pole, however people below them are the grays who can't see any color at all, and then it goes up and up and up. I think it's based on the frequency or the wavelength of different colors, so the highest would be, I believe, purple. So the main character in this book is a red, and I'm kind of getting tired of classifying characters based on colors. If you've read Red Rising, if you've read Red Queen, there's a whole lot of that going on right now, but this was written a while ago, so I really can't include it in those different, books. So I loved this book because it was humorous in a way that reminded me of Douglas Adams. It was also creepy and messed up at times, and if you're looking for an interesting dystopian series that is set apart from other series that are out there right now, I would definitely recommend this one. The next book is called Painting by Numbers, and I think that comes out next year. I'm really hoping because I loved this book and it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, so I want to read that one next as soon as possible. The last two books that I picked up are library books, but I'm going to haul them anyways because I, like I said, don't have that much money, and I want to talk about some books that I plan on reading soon. So the first book that I got is Fuzzy Nation by John Scalzi. This is a booktube book right now. It sounds a bit like Avatar, the movie to me. It's about a guy who goes to a planet named Zara 23. Apparently in the future, planets are named after high-end department stores, and he is sent to mine some sort of mineral. However, he encounters this species of, like, bear, monkey, cute creatures, and they don't know if they're sentient or not, but if they are, then they have to stop mining. So I think the plot of the book is basically figuring out if these guys are sentient. I'm expecting it to be funny just based on the cover and the plot, so we will see, I guess. The last book that I picked up is The Islanders by Christopher Priest, who also wrote The Prestige a few years ago. And this is about a group of islands that are very strange. There's different creatures that live on each island. They're carved into like weird shapes. I think one of them looks like a giant French horn or something. And I don't know too much about the plot, but I hear it's written like a travel log. So each chapter is about a different island, and there's some sort of central mystery that deepens the further you get into the book, and as you visit each island you learn more about this mystery, and I don't know much else besides that, but it sounds a lot like Abarat, the Abarat series by Clive Barker, which is never gonna get finished apparently. Just the idea of an island-based geography is really appealing to me because it gives you the ability to travel to a lot of different landscapes in a small area. I don't really know what to expect from this, but I am excited to read it. Also skeptical, but mostly excited. That is it for all the books that I've picked up in recent days. Like I said, I'm not going to do a book haul probably next month because I'm trying not to buy books. I'm not going to do a book ban because I think that's a bit dramatic, but if I do pick up one or two books, I will mention them in a different video. But I do not plan on doing a book haul in the future, just as a disclaimer. That is it for today. If you guys have any thoughts on any of the books that I've mentioned today, please leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of them, or if they're on your reading list as well. And I will see all of you back here on Friday, so I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!